Johanna is going to share some amazing tips with us. So let me introduce her, who she is. She is a wonderful person that you're going to be very excited to meet right now. She is one of the regional directors with the Women's Business Enterprise Council of Florida, and she's one of my colleagues. She represents Tampa Bay, and she does great work over there and helping women-owned businesses get certified and grow and all kinds of things, make great connections for them. And she's also an amazing organizer. She's a mom of three, two twin boys, and with her family and her husband. And she's like the model family, okay, on many levels. And so, but we know it's not easy still. It's a lot of hard work to run your family and have small children. And so Johanna has done an exceptional job of taking her skills as being originally a teacher by profession. Originally, she was a teacher. And I think once a teacher, always a teacher. So she has these exceptional organizational skills that she has brought to bear on her family, and she shared them also with us in different workshops. So today she's going to give us a little twist and help us to supercharge our holidays with some key tips on how to do that. So Johanna, take it away. Tell us how to do the holidays right.
Oh, thank you, Emily, so much. And first off, I just wanted to say thank you for having me as one of your special guests on your Supercharged Sundays. What you've done with your Facebook group page is amazing. I love that I'm getting to meet such wonderful women every Sunday. And also, being a supercharger, I feel honored to have that title of being one of your special superchargers. And so after much discussion with you, we decided, to talk a little bit about balancing family life. And also, am I echoing?
I'm sorry, so did I miss something? Did it drop?
Yeah, is it echoing or is it okay?
Oh, let me take this phone away from
it. No, that's okay.
Right up on the thing. My apologies.
Yeah.
Is that better?
That is better, yes. And so, like Emily mentioned, I'm a mom of twin boys and a former teacher, and now I'm balancing this work-life balance and being a mom also, and what's really important is to remember during this holiday season that family is important, and it's important that you remember that family quality time. And talking to most people, they mention that they don't remember the gifts they got every year. What they remember are those special family moments that they share during the holiday season. And so and being now with a working position that's taking more of my time, I'm trying to find like simple ways to create that family quality time. And so I'm going to share 3 tips with you. The first one is, it's called a Merry Christmas Hunt.
And you're sharing the screen.
And a Merry Christmas Hunt is basically like an egg hunt, but what you do is you get your kids like stockings for Santa, every night, and you get your stockings, and then you get the little chocolates and you hide them around the house. And then you say, okay, guys, tonight is our Merry Christmas Hunt, and you hide your little chocolates. And I like to get these, the ones that have the kisses in them, and then the ones that have like the Reese's and the fun chocolates, and you can also do candy canes, and you just put that around the house, and then you have everyone, on your mark, get set, go, and then they collect their chocolates and they put it in the stocking. And then it's kind of like a mix of trick or treat and an egg hunt. And then your kids can enjoy your candies. And I like to hang this up right away back on the fireplace so that it doesn't get full of chocolate and dirty. So that's one of my.
So Johanna, that's really cool. So you said it's called a Christmas egg. Christmas hunt?
Yeah. So for like we do like kisses, the Hershey's Kisses.
Yes.
And so like a Merry Christmas Hunt.
So they have to find it around the house. That's fun. So so where's some of the places you hide it? And we won't tell them so they don't have a heads up. Are you here? I don't think so.
Wait, let
Maybe
me
a
check
lag in the sound.
Okay, yeah, my sound was down. Okay, and
Can you hear me, Joanna?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, I was asking you, like, where do you hide it around your house
Okay.
that they would find it, but we won't tell them, so they won't get any.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah, so that's a good question, Emily. So you can hide it anywhere around the house. So I hide some on my fireplace mantle. You can hide it under a book or on, the Christmas tree, some places, just anywhere like around the house. And this is just a little fun family activity. You will enjoy hiding the little chocolates and maybe eating some too. And then your kids will enjoy finding them. And then at the end, you'll get to both enjoy those chocolates together. So
That sounds so exciting. And do you eat them all on Christmas morning, or when do you eat all your chocolates?
Yes. Wait, say that again.
I was saying, when do you actually get to eat the chocolates?
Oh, you get to eat them that night, that day.
Okay.
Whenever you do the Christmas hunt, then you would enjoy them that evening. Yeah.
I like that idea a lot.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if you know, Emily, of the elf, how there's this magic elf that goes to the North Pole every night.
No, I'm so out of it. That's why you're here to enlighten me. I don't know what the elf is doing.
Yeah, so it's called the Elf on the Shelf, and so he goes every night to the North Pole and reports the behavior of the kids, and then when he comes back each day, he comes back in a new location, or he comes back like doing something like kind of not naughty, like getting dirty in the flour because he was gonna like make cookies, but he made like a snow angel in the flour. Or he'll do like a toilet paper mess by accident. So the elf on the shelf. So basically, you can also have the elf on the shelf initiate that it's Merry Christmas night, and so that's the kids would know, okay, they're going to be doing that activity that evening.
Joanna, excuse me. I think that my Instagram is creating static on the Facebook. You hear like a staticky sound every now and again?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so I have to hold the Instagram phone away from the laptop, because if it's too far, then you will.
Yeah.
Technologies.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I think I'm just when people see me looking totally away on Instagram, it's not that I'm ignoring you, it's that I'm trying to not have it mess up the sound. So that's why I'm looking like that, because I wanted to have it where I could look at both together, but it won't let me do that.
Yeah.
So
That's okay. Yeah. So then let me turn the volume down on the Instagram one maybe. Okay.
So we have the Christmas and then the elf on the shelf. Is that one of the second tips, or that's just something?
Yeah, so that one was just to share with you about the idea that you could have the elf kind of initiate that. Okay. So then the next thing that we started this year was doing a Christmas light scavenger hunt. And what it is, it's basically as you're enjoying your view of going around and seeing the holiday lights at night, you are searching for a couple things. So this is one that we did the other night, and my son actually helped me create the directions to it.
Wow.
But it's 1 angel, 2 presents, 3 stars, 4 Rudolphs, and 5 Santas. So as you're going around doing your Christmas lights and viewing them, you would circle, what are the things that you have found during your Christmas light scavenger hunt. And this is something very easy. And then you give them a prize, whether it's stickers or a dollar store trinket or a piece of chocolate or a little Christmas book. We had so much fun when we did this the other night. We had Christmas songs playing in the background, and then they were like shouting out, "See, oh look, there's a Santa! Oh, there's a reindeer!" And then they would circle it as we were going through our neighborhoods. Is it echoing?
Okay, move it again.
But you can, design one, really quickly on Word, or, one of those, or Canva. That's where I made this one. But I'm going to include this on my blog later today. And so you could just print it off. And what we decided too was, as we were going, is next year we might add more. Like we found a lot of like a Grinch, like, or Mickey Mouse little decorations there. And so just, you can always add to it, or make it special for the following year. So this was our Christmas light scavenger hunt. And then
So, hold on a minute. I have a question about that. So you have to have lights that have those shapes?
Yeah, so you have to, as you're driving around and you're exploring and you're looking at the lights, you see, oh, look, that house has an angel, and then you can circle it. And then you keep going, and you see another house that has a Rudolph. So then you can circle that, or a present. And so the goal is to, yeah, it doesn't have to be in your house. It's as you guys are going and doing your Christmas light sightseeing, you circle that. Yeah.
That's actually a lot of fun, especially if you live in a neighborhood where your neighbors really go to town with their lights. Like where I live, the neighbors, you could count like 20 Rudolphs on one lawn and about 100 Santas on another.
Oh, yeah.
They could quickly,
yeah.
That's a very fun game as they drive around.
Yeah, and what we said was each house, if a house had 6 or 8 Rudolphs, you could only circle 1 per house, is what the rule that we came up with. Okay. But I also thought we could add, snowmen is another one that you see a lot, and what was the other one? Like Mickey Mouse, like some houses had a Mickey Mouse, not every house. Or in a Nutcracker, that was another one you could add on to this. And if you have older kids, then you would just add more. But since we're just a few. I mean, since my kids are so young, we just did a few, and this lasted us about 10-15 minutes around our neighborhood, and then we were able to enjoy the rest of the lights, and then came home. It was a nice time together in the car, and there was intention behind it and an activity, and my son Jonathan, the older one, kept saying, Mom, I have one Santa left. What do you have left? It was just kind of a memorable experience that he had, and so I wanted to share that one with you guys.
That is really cool. Joanna, I just resent you the thing for the Instagram.
Okay. I think my phone, because of the battery, I think, not the battery, but when your phone goes to sleep.
If we can stop that one and just focus on the Facebook.
Yeah, let's do that.
So Instagram, thank you for watching today. This is an experiment we are going to try to get another time. But thank you for watching. Join us on Facebook if you're on Facebook, okay? All right, see you later. Bye. Okay.
Yeah, that was.
Well, at least it's up there. Okay. Alrighty, I'm just having it ready so it can go. So we don't lose it all together. Alrighty. Okay, Joanna, you're gonna have my undivided attention here. Okay. I guess we can't multitask too many different platforms.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was a lot.
Yeah, we were being very ambitious, but you can't blame us. We're trying to push the limits here.
Right. And if you don't try, you never know then, right?
Exactly.
We're all about trying new things and being as productive as we can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so won't let me type properly. And those of you who are listening, if you have holiday things that you do, or traditions, or I don't know, practices or what have you do for the holidays, please share it with us. It'd be very interesting to know what you're all doing as well. Okay, Joanna, please continue.
Okay, and so the third and last thing that I wanted to share because I felt that this was a big thing that has made our Christmas morning run a lot smoother. So in our family, especially, I don't know if this happens with you, Emily, but if we don't eat, we become hangry people. And
Yes,
so
anger, yes.
yeah, right. So we all need to make sure, and especially I need to make sure that the boys are fed and at a good time. If not, chaos will start to arise. But so Christmas morning in our house, I wanted to share this tip, which is to plan for Christmas morning to be breakfast meals that you just place into the oven, like quiches and cinnamon rolls are things that we do. And then we have fruit and nuts on the side.
Oh,
And
yum.
yeah, because, you know, I mean, that's not my favorite thing to eat for breakfast. Like if I was gonna have a nice breakfast, like I like to have homemade waffles and a fried egg. But on Christmas morning, that's like a high expectation, and it makes it more work for me, right? Because we already have the mess of the kids wrapping paper all over the floor, and then you have, cooking breakfast. And so I thought, a few years ago, I thought, I need to like stop this craziness for breakfast in the morning and try to find a way to make it simple. And so, so as Jonathan has, gotten older and he understands Christmas morning and what our expectations are, we talked to him about how when you wake up, we're going to open our presents together. So you're going to wait for us, because some kids naturally want to go and just go right into the under the tree and start opening their presents. Now the twins are younger, so they're going to be watching Jonathan to see how he acts and what he does. But so I recommend the night before Christmas, so Christmas Eve, as you're tucking your little ones to bed, you have that conversation about what to expect for the morning. Okay, so you're gonna, tell them. So our kids have this clock that tells them when it's okay for them to come out of their room. It's called an okay to wake clock.
Wait. Hold on, sir. Hold on.
Yeah.
So you're able to hold at bay 3 little boys to not rush under the tree.
Yeah, well, this is going to be our first time, like, where they're kind of understanding Christmas, but we have them right now, for the most part, doing that every night, or every morning. They wake up and they'll come in, like, if there's like an emergency, like, but it's rare that even happens, that there's an emergency, but then I quickly talk to them about the emergency and then walk them back to the room and say, okay, you have about 10 more minutes, so here are your books that you can read, or you can sit quietly in your bed and relax, and then they'll do that. I mean, they're 3 boys, so there's a lot of laughing, giggling, and talking about these boys are into like the poops and the fart stuff. So it's called potty talk. So we try to get them to not do that, but I don't know, it just happens. But yeah, they're good about that, Emily. And so I do recommend getting a sleep schedule, if you don't have one already, for your kids, a routine in place, to have a smooth Christmas morning. It's not going to happen the first night that you implement something like that, but it's important that kids have a routine and they know, the expectations of the
Right.
morning. And it gives me time in the morning to prepare for my day, because I know, okay, at 6:30 I'm going to have to be on and attending to their needs. So yeah, so we have this okay to wake clock, and it lights green. It flashes green when it's okay for them to come out. And we do have like a little a camera monitor system in their room for safety, and they're still young, where you need to have that to make sure at night, like if you hear something, I just like, oh my gosh, I need to hear it.
Yes.
So you have that talk with them about what to expect for the day, and then what we are going to do is that you wake up in the morning and everyone's going to select their beverage of choice. So we'll all be in the kitchen, so I'm assuming Jonathan will want his hot chocolate, and the kids will want orange juice. The twins will want orange juice, and then I might pour myself a glass of mimosa, for that morning, and then set the oven. Put the oven on, put the food in, and then we'll go ahead and open up our presents, and then, check for a timer. So you set that timer, and if that timer goes off and we're still like opening up presents, I'll go ahead and just turn the oven off and then let it warm, keep warm the cinnamon buns and the quiche, and then, I'm enjoying that time opening up presents with them instead of slaving in the kitchen, you know, scrambling eggs and cooking bacon and all that other stuff. And so then another tip I recommend doing is when you are in that moment and you have all the like wrapping paper and you have the chaos, go ahead and take a family photo, a group family to remember that memory, and then after you open up the presents, then you have your breakfast ready to serve, right? And everyone joins you at the table, the dinner table, and you have your nice meal. And you have had hopefully a simple and easy morning, and you can enjoy your day. So,
Wow. Wow.
yeah.
That's amazing, Johanna. Truly, truly, truly an organized Christmas morning.
Yeah.
That's amazing. No, but what's
Thank you.
interesting is that you shared that they've been trained. So it's not like it's a totally out of the ordinary, their schedule. They're following a schedule, so they're used to that. So we have a couple of questions. Nancy, hi Nancy. Thanks for watching. She's asking, where do you get that clock from that you use in their room?
Yeah, so the clock, the brand is It's Okay to Wake, or Okay to Wake, and it's I did get it off of Amazon.
Okay,
Um,
to wait. Okay.
yeah, and I will share that in the link in the
Okay. Yeah,
chat box, or
we'll
your
put it in there, and we can
in
also share it in the Facebook. We'll
in
get it.
Facebook, I meant. Yeah, because that's a really important tool. And then, it's one thing to just buy the clock, right? But it's another thing to really use it and use it correctly, and to follow through with your kids and the expectations of that clock.
Mm,
So yeah. Yeah.
that's really cool. So I want to just take a moment and welcome everybody. Thank you. We have Pauline, as I said, Nancy, Tracy, Anastasia. Welcome, welcome everyone. And thanks for being with us today. Please share any questions or comments you have. And for Johanna, but I really find that really exciting, that you have, especially the idea of not spending the whole morning cooking, because a lot of times when it comes to these holidays, one of the parts that makes it stressful is that people are cooking so much that
Right.
they don't have the chance to just sit down and relax. They spend half the day cooking. So you have taken that into account as a tip for the busy moms or dads, that they don't have to um, spend all day doing that
Yeah.
and obsessing over that.
Yeah, and the other thing too is if you are opening up your presents and the kids start to get like, if let's say you didn't have breakfast right away, right when you were done, they're gonna start getting cranky and antsy, and the mood is gonna change, so if you have those steps in order and prepared, then your kids will, as they're hungry, the food is ready. Yeah, and then I suggest, like doing like you could do the drinks, their morning drinks, and like a little snack like the nuts and fruit on the side if they're getting hungry. I don't know how long of a process
Yeah.
everyone's Christmas morning and unwrapping the presents will be, but yeah, it's always good to have a little backup plan, for just in case. Yeah.
So can you let's recap those tips. So for anyone who may have come a little later, they can at least hear what
Yeah.
the tips are, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, I'll go over those again too, because it was kind of loud and crazy with the Instagram. But basically, so one thing is a Merry Christmas hunt, which is similar to your egg hunt, and the kids basically just have their little bag or you can use the stocking, and the mom or dad puts the chocolates around the house, and they can put candy canes, and then the kids go and they go find the chocolates and they put them in their stockings. It's kind of like an Easter egg hunt, but they can do it during Christmas, and the kids love that so much that why not do it more than once a year. And then the
Absolutely.
other one is the Christmas light sightseeing scavenger hunt, and I will put that on the blog today, so that you can just print that off. And this activity takes about 10 minutes, and so after you've had dinner and you need something to do that's Christmas oriented, go ahead and go on a drive or a bike ride and have the kids do the scavenger hunt. And so, and then for the morning breakfast, I recommend like a quiche or cinnamon rolls, quiche, cinnamon rolls, and having some fruit and nuts on the side. And so this is just a recipe that I have used before. And it's really easy to make a quiche. They have those pre-made pie crusts. You put, 6 large eggs, milk, salt, pepper, and then you put the ham if you want, and shredded cheese and green onions. And so we put that in a little mixture in the refrigerator, and then in the morning we pour it into the pie crust and then pop it in the oven. So, yeah. This one, it got 4.8 stars, and it's spend with pennies quiche. So even if you don't have kids, why not have a quiche for breakfast on Christmas morning? It sounds so fancy too, right?
Sounds fancy and delicious. And I just dropped it in the chat on Facebook, the 3 tips. So just that they're there.
Great.
The 3 items. But I know you're going to give us more, details, or where we can get the links to any of the things you've shared.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. And so, yeah. And, remember that this Christmas season is filled with these last couple of days, you're trying to wrap up your to-do list and get that done. And just remember to spend that family quality time with your kids and your spouse or your partner. These are the moments that are most important during this time of year.
They sure are. And it gives us something to kind of look forward to and work towards. And when we're busy spending the whole year working, supercharging through all kinds of things, it's a chance for a pause to just do a totally different activity, and whatever people come up with that works for them, but just change the routine.
Right.
And change the pace and add some festivity to their lives. So Johanna, you are what I would call an organizing guru. And what you just shared are some examples of that for the holidays. What other tips might come to mind that you use to help busy moms, and especially here as we wind down the year and we're like trying to declutter or trying to prepare for a new year? Do you have any tips as you transition from one year to the next in organizing things?
Yeah. So, as far as like organizing, the first thing that comes into mind is getting rid of or donating or like clearing the clearing the playing field first. So before Christmas we do like a toy analysis of what they're not playing with, what can go to like my mom's house, what can we donate, and so really, and for myself, my house starts to get piled with boxes and UPS boxes and Amazon. So right now, like my office has a lot of boxes, and I'm starting to feel like smaller as the piles grow. So I really like to, the day after Christmas, once we've put all the boxes away, I finished giving the rest of the gifts that are packed in my closet away. I like to take that time from December 26th to the 31st to do that clearing and cleaning again. So making sure the boxes are cleared and I've given all the gifts away, and then from there, making sure I don't know about you, but I like to really clean the house well before the end of the year and get my car detailed the house cleaned, to start fresh like that, so that to kind of clear my mind. I feel like it's a good, and we have this cleaning time that I like to do that, and then also during the spring, and it's ironically that it happens twice a year that you really need to do like a deep clean like that. Um and then I think it's important too that as you're clearing and getting moving forward is to be thankful for all of the things that have happened this year, even though we know this was an unprecedented year. I mean, the things
Yes.
that have happened were not planned and so unexpected, but there are still some good things that have happened
Yeah.
in your life. And so I think it's important to also take time to think about that to help you propel and move forward into the new year, I think.
Those are some great. I think that's a really great way to approach it. And again, in line with what you're saying about having the routine. So you have a year-end routine as well, not only a daily routine, but like this annual routine. So how did you become so like organizing became your thing? Like how did you become so good at this?
Um, so I feel that just I think I've always been into doing like a lot of things at one time. Like even as a child, like in high school, and I was a cheerleader, but then I was also the historian of my class, and I worked, so I was always doing a lot of things, and so I guess I've always had to find a way to get it all done,
Right.
and so sometimes like I'm a night owl, or sometimes I'll be up early in the morning. It depends on the schedule, but I think that looking at what it is that I need to get done or completed, and then finding the time when to do it. Yeah, and you had sent out an article that was really interesting. The want to be successful. The scientists say do one
Yeah.
of these 10 things.
Yes.
And if anybody hasn't read that, I would definitely recommend going back and looking at that before we begin the new year, because it talked about a lot of things. And I was looking at it, and I do have a routine, like what it says, and it says to work out, make sure you work out every day, your mind, and make sure you read. Um, because you need to also exercise your brain as well. And so I think that's how, Emily, because I've always done like so many things at one time that I had to find a way to organize it. And then I love holidays and parties
But,
and
but another thing too, I think that maybe your demeanor, your personality, you come off as being very calm. And I know for me, many times when there's a lot of things to do, it's easy to get flustered. It's like, oh my goodness, this is piling up, this is here, this is there. But you give the aura of keeping calm and organized, so it's like you're not thrown off by the rhythm of things. And what tips do you have for people to stay kind of not get frantic? And again, with
yeah.
the three boys, maybe
Yeah.
easier said than done, but nonetheless, you seem to do it quite well.
Well, thank you, Emily. And so a part of it is, you know, living in the moment, okay, and enjoying where we are right now and what we have right now. I think that has helped me kind of slow down and just, okay, I have this task I need to do, I'm going to get this done. Or I look at my to-do list, and the way I organize my to-do list is I have what all the different things that I'm doing. I have like 5 different lists, right? So I have my Way Back Florida list, my all the different things that I'm doing, and then I try to get 1 or 2 things done from each list every day. And so, but then also I have a certain time during the day that I do that. And I have a certain time of the day that I play with my kids or spend time, and I don't mix those two. So, my kids know like when I'm in the office now, because this used to be their bedroom. But now they like walk in and they'll kind of open the door and like see if they can like talk to me or not. Like they're kind of like, "Ugh." And I'm like, because they know like when I'm in here, it's because I'm doing something, but I'm not in here like all the time. So if not, we're outside playing, and really the amount of time that we have with our kids, I've noticed it's not that much since my son is going to kindergarten. He's in kindergarten now, I mean first grade. So they're at school from 8 until 3,
Mm.
you know. So that's a long time that you don't get to see your kids. And so and then after school, he has this school, we do a little bit of school work, and then we have our playtime, and well, he has snack schoolwork and then our playtime outside. And so that's my time with the kids, and they know like I don't have my phone or my anything, and so then we come back in and it's dinner and bath and bed, like it's, and then I can get back to finishing any loose ends that I have to tie up. But yeah.
And that's also great for the kids because they know when to expect to be with you. So I'm sure even when you're working, they probably sometimes want to come in, but at least they have the understanding that they will get their special time. So they're getting their due. They just have to be
Mhm.
patient, and that kind of helps them with that discipline as well of their access to you, right? And gives you a
Right.
chance to do your other work as well. So
Yeah.
that's really wonderful.
Yeah. So live in the moment,
Mhm.
and so when I'm doing the work, it's the work. It's not being distracted by other things. And then the other one is getting one thing done at a time and not thinking about it all at once, because that can drive you crazy. Like I have this to do, this to do, this to do. And then before you know it, you're in a bad mood, because you think you have so much to do.
Yes, yes, that's a thing. Yeah, I totally understand that. That's tell me what happens to me. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can. I don't think it will reach. That's a great tip. So Joanna, I know we are.
Yeah.
No, it's not gonna reach. Yeah, I'm. Yeah, let me just move. I have to just plug this in real quick. Here, let me plug it in. That's one of the blessings of having my Zoom background. I can move into all kinds of strange places that
Yeah.
you guys would not even know. Okay, I've just plugged in now. All right, but I know we're winding down. But no, is it
Yeah.
in there? Yeah, okay. Yeah, but Joanna, these are such wonderful insights with us, and I really like the fact of how you have things ordered and you can apply it. And even if someone doesn't have kids or they don't have, have a different family setup, you can still apply some of these techniques and just do look at things, new ways of doing things that you might not have thought about. I mean, I didn't think about a lot of the things you shared today, and so I think they're really good and help us to kind of not only bring some more joy, but simplify how we do things a little bit as well.
Yeah.
So it becomes more fun and you can actually enjoy your holidays
Right.
and not it be some kind of burden. Oh my goodness, I have to do this, this, and this.
Right.
So so I
Yeah.
would so I take it you probably have a special holiday list as well. I mean, like this is my holiday situation right here.
Yeah, you mean like a family traditions list? Oh
Well,
my gosh, I have it. Is that what you mean?
it could be, I guess. I hadn't thought of it that way, but
Yeah, so I do have this it's kind of, you can see the kids like you wrote on it and they put check marks on it, but we use this our traditions list, like decorate the tree, write a letter to Santa, listen to Christmas music, visit Santa Claus, make a gingerbread house, so that we get it all in,
you do all of those things?
We do all of these things. Yep.
Wow. Throughout the
Yep.
month of December or throughout
Yes.
the time?
Yeah, we like to kick it off in December, even though I did talk to my husband about maybe starting earlier next year, because it's just such a happy time of the year. We used to say, we don't start before Thanksgiving, but it's such a, fun time of the year that so we might try it or a little bit earlier next year. Um,
Okay.
mhm.
That is cool. So that list, is that a list that you can share or something? Or post
Yeah.
it on your blog and maybe people can down get it from you.
Yeah,
So
I
tell us
should
about
post
your
this
blog.
too. Yeah, I
Yeah, where
will
they
post this list
all right.
as well. Yeah,
That's cool. So
because
they can
it
find
gives,
no, sorry, Dora.
yeah, no, I was just gonna say it gives ideas, and but it's a rather long list that's been created over several years. So if you have young kids, start with one or two or three. Start with I would say like three for the month of December, and then move your way up, or four. And I do recommend making a family Christmas tradition list that when you're packing away your Christmas items, you pack away your list and then you bring it out at the beginning of the season so that you have it and you can see, oh, here's what we're going to do, this year. And that's kind of what we've done. This was from the end of the year last year, and then I printed a new one out this year.
And another thing that I wanted to highlight to people too is that I know the Christmas season can be an expensive season. When you're talking about gifts and you're talking about this and you're talking about that, and for parents it can become like, wow, this really can pile up. So I think also, especially in a year like we've had, where a lot of people have had economic challenges and so on, you can have a very economical version of a lot of these things. You can simplify stuff, but the idea is that it's not that you have to spend a lot of money or go crazy. Either it's like you mentioned, the dollar store, you can get a lot of cool things at the dollar store.
Right.
Even if you don't want to buy a lot of things, you can still have a celebration as a part of what you do without necessarily spending a lot of money.
Right.
So I think that's one of the pressures too of the holiday season, is that people feel they have to spend a lot and they may not have it, or they feel pressured to spend what they don't have. And so I'm certainly not suggesting that people do that. The idea is that you do what you can, within your means, but regardless of what that is, you can still have a festive opportunity. Still take the time to have some traditions, and maybe think of some that don't cost much or anything. Where you can still celebrate. So I wanted to highlight that as well, so that everyone can see themselves in this and feel included in this process of the holidays. But I think that's really wonderful, Johanna. As I said, you've given me some thoughts here.
Good.
And I'm sure everybody here. So how can people follow you on Instagram and your blog? Where do we find you?
Yeah, so the blog that I have, so I said before, I do a lot of different things right now, and so the blog is more of like a hobby, something fun that if I see an idea that I'm doing that I want to share, I'll put it on the blog. So like earlier this year, we did a coronavirus sensory water bottle, and we just put pom-poms and glitter and water and soap, and we made these like sensory water bottles. And when the kids were getting frustrated, they would go to their sensory water bottle and they would be mesmerized by looking at this thing. And so I felt like that was helpful for me, and so then I shared that on the blog. But so it's not something that I do for money or anything. It's just for fun and just to share tips and ideas that I find helpful for other moms. And so that is a momslifeforme.com. And then the Instagram, I share mostly like positive things. I'll share some photos, or I had the kids, they had cute shirts from Target where it said like make me smile or happy days, and I shared that on my Instagram because I think that when kids wear shirts with positive messages, and as a mom you read that, I think that it resonates with you as a mom. Like it makes you think of more positive words, or it changes your mood. But when you see like some of these kids' shirts, like they're like dinosaurs, like biting each other, or it's like, oh gosh. But then when you see something nice, so I shared that because boys mostly like the dinosaur stuff. But yeah, so I'll share like tips or things that are positive on the Instagram, which is a mom's life for me.
Well, Johanna, I predict you will become the next Rachel Ray. Yes, I do. Your version of her, anyway.
Aww.
But I know I see a lot of potential. I know there's a lot of great things ahead for you. And so this is a great, launching place as far as what you're doing with your blog and your Instagram and everything like that. And I know that your message and what you have to share will resonate with many people. because it's all about enhancing the quality of life and how to, as you say, living in the moment in a purposeful and meaningful and festive way. So I certainly appreciate your sharing these amazing insights with us today. And as I said, I definitely want to invite you back. We're going to talk more in detail again about some more organizational tips, especially when it comes to your business and some things of that sort. But I'm so happy that you could come amidst the time, the busy time, take a little time and share these tips with us today. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
And
You are welcome, Emily. This has been wonderful. Getting to hang out with you is always fun. And you are just a woman with such wise words, Emily. I spent some time watching your video that's on your website this week. And I was in tears at some points in there, Emily. And I wanted to share that with your viewers too, if they haven't watched that video. To just go ahead and play it and have it on the background for some motivation if you're needing that right now. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Thank you so much, Joanna. I really appreciate that. And we're just creating a virtuous cycle here. So a virtuous circle, if you will. And thank you for sharing that. And everyone watching, thank you all for being here, for tuning in on Facebook, and those who were on Instagram before. And we'll come back to your comments and check them out. But thank you so much. But I'm here every Sunday, ideally at 2 p.m. I know today it wasn't quite 2, but hopefully next Sunday will be at 2 again. And I'll have a special guest each week. At least that's the plan. And during the week, you can follow me at Supercharge with Emily. I hope the sound is still okay. And what else? Supercharge with Emily on Facebook. And I'm doing my daily charge every day for the month of December. I'm coming on Facebook with some Supercharge happier tip. So I'll do one later this afternoon. I normally do it before my Sunday, but today I'll do it after. And so that's how you can keep in touch with me. And it's at Emily the Entrepreneur on Instagram and also on Facebook. Or my website, emilymchugh.com, where you can download some Supercharge tips, daily habits. Okay, so I think that's about it for us for today. And we'll connect next time. But Joanna, have a wonderful, happy holiday and Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
You and your family.
You too, Emily.
And I'm sure it will be a ton of fun. I mean, I can smell those cinnamon rolls right now in the oven.
Yeah.
So now that we know, like, But anyway, thanks again, Joanna. And so I'm going to end the Facebook, but I'm going to keep this for a moment. Okay, bye, Facebook. Let's see. Hold on. All right.
Bye, Emily. Thank you again. Have a good day, everyone.
You too.